Millie has a private pilot's license despite the high school guidance counselor who dismissed her interest in aviation because she was a girl. So here is Millie Tomedy Pepper. Wow, thank you. Good morning, my sisters. And good morning and thank you to all the fathers, husbands, sons, and brothers that came here on this beyond cold January morning to stand with us today in solidarity. I want to thank Dorothy Avery, Christy Miller, and Erica O'Donnell. Give them a round. Go ahead. They dared to dream big and organize this day. Their dream provided us this opportunity to unite and gain strength and inspiration from each other. Today, we are here to gain strength and inspiration from each other, and also to assure that our daughters will grow up knowing that they can achieve anything they set their minds to, and that they will grow up in a world and live in a world that doesn't limit their goals and dreams based upon their gender. In 2016, all of us woke up to a terrifying new reality. The reality that the hard-fought rights that were gained for us through the courageous acts of women like Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Rosa Parks, Gloria Steinem, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Those are just a few names. But we were threatened that those rights that they obtained for us might no longer be available. We realized that without constant vigil, these rights could be stripped away with the stroke of a pen. We realized that when one of us is discriminated against, we are all discriminated against. I'm happy to say it did not take us long to get up and take action. The Women's March of 2017 was the largest U.S. protest in history. We marched across the country, and women around the globe joined us in a collective voice to say no more to sexual violence, intimidation, and assault. No more to pay inequality. No more to domestic violence. And no more to the threat of our voice being silenced about our own reproductive lives. And that was just the beginning. Out of that day came the Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement, and Moms Demand Action, to name just a few. From the first march to today, our individual paths have led us in different directions, but our collective goals have been the same: to be bold and take action, to protect the civil rights, human rights, and most importantly, the human rights and respect of all women. An unprecedented number of women ran for Congress and won. 127 smart, articulate, wonderful women, to be exact. Today, the 116th Congress of the United States is a diverse quilt of many colors, and it includes the first Muslim women to serve in Congress, the first African American women to serve in Congress, and the first Native American women to serve in Congress. And as of today, and there may be more, but as of today, 5 women have announced their candidacy for the 2020 presidential election. Now that's the good news. But the sad news is that even with all the progress that we have made, the question is still being raised in 2019. Is the U.S. ready for a female president? Really? Are we ready for a female president? Well, I want to get that cleared up today. So, let's answer it right now. Are we ready for a woman president? I thought so. My path led me to the YWCA of Genesee County, whose mission is to eliminate racism and empower women. The YWCA of Genesee County is a local chapter of the national and international YW, which is the oldest women's organization in the world. The YWCA has been at the forefront of the most pressing social movements for 160 years, from voting rights to civil rights, from affordable housing to pay equity, from violence prevention to healthcare reform. Today we combine programming and advocacy to generate institutional change in 3 key areas: racial justice and civil rights, health and safety, and economic advancement of women and girls. Every day, I am privileged to work alongside an incredible group of women that work tirelessly to help women and their children fleeing from abusive situations and leading them into safety. Domestic violence tears at the very fabric of our society by invoking fear and terror in places that should be sacred and safe. And at the center of that abuse is always the threat of financial insecurity. In 1853, Susan B. Anthony wrote in her diary, "Every woman deserves a purse of her own." This statement became symbolic of the importance of women's financial independence. Anthony realized that without financial security, women would be trapped to live a life less than their greatest ambitions and potential. Her words are as fitting today as they were when they were first uttered in the late 1800s. At the YW, we know financial security is the key to unlocking the doors to freedom and opportunity, and why we will continue to advocate for equal pay, family paid health care and medical leave, affordable housing, and better educational opportunities to meet the needs of women, girls, and families across the country. We are truly living in a time when the evils of hatred and bigotry threaten to undermine the American ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Daily headlines of another rape, another school shooting, another hate crime, another child being taken from his mother's arms, or the shutdown of the government. America, we are better than this. Thomas Jefferson said, "When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty." This is not a time for silence or complacency. We have a duty to resist and boldly speak out against injustices targeting women and minorities wherever and whenever it occurs. So as we move past this day and into tomorrow, think about where you can make a difference. Where will your path lead you? Decide today what you will do tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that, no matter how small it may be, to get involved and take action until the day comes when women's rights are recognized as human rights, that all women are able to achieve their full potential without having to overcome the obstacles of intimidation and sexual harassment, and that no woman ever lives in fear of violence again. Thank you.